Alright, so just on the subject of these laddering positions. Now, these are really, very helpful, and it's given rise to staggering results over the past month, really, or even since the 14th of March. And I've had now 108 trades with just 3 losses that I've taken, because I've been using this system based on the Fu Manchu and the water indicator. And what you can see here is the Bitcoin chart. Now, this one you can see goes back to 17th of March, when all the success that I've had started, and you can see entries all over the place, these red entries, and then these are buyers and these are sells. Buyers, sells, sell, buy. And it's given me massive profits, because it's trading in a range. And I've drawn 2 lines, this one here and this one here, and you can see that it's respecting this range really quite well, obviously breaking below on occasion and then coming back into it again, and then breaking above, coming back into it again. So it's very difficult for Bitcoin to break out of this range, and the interesting thing is that it's actually starting to go into what we call a wedge, and we can see that it's still respecting this range, and it's going to get tighter and tighter as time moves on, and it's got to start to break out one way or the other properly by, it's going to be about the 20th of April. So expect some serious action coming up in the next week or so. And as a result of this trend that we've taken a position here. And if you look back, why did I take that position? Because we got to the bottom of the range. If we look here, that's the latest position I've taken there. And we got to the bottom of the range, and I'm expecting it to bounce around here, maybe drop through, but it's coming back again now, and it should start to come up to the top of the range. And we have often seen it just break through, and I'm expecting to take this profit at $73 if it breaks through once it comes back up here again. Now you can see I've also got a buy limit down here and a sell limit up here. Now if this buy position that I've taken here, which is 0.1 unit, fails and it starts to drop out here, I'm expecting it to respect this area here earlier on, where we had a lot of resistance, where it bounced down to this range and then came back up again. It did it on several occasions, bounced, came back up again. So that's where I've got the buy limit for my next order, again at 0.1, and if that works, it'll bring my average price down between the two, which will be about this area, and then I'll be in profit once it gets anywhere above there. And if it gets back to here again, I'll make my profit, which is what I'm looking to do. The same thing in reverse. So if we get to this point and the profit's taken and it continues to run, I've got a sell limit put in here already, because I expect it to probably at some point break through, hit that line, and then come back into the range again. And then at that point I shall be hopefully taking more profits. Alright, so I hope that explains that laddering setup, and as you can see, once you get the hang of trying to work out what the trend is, which we know is currently up, and we see that I had a perfectly qualified entry here, so that was the buy, that area. And we did have a buy signal come in there, and it was also qualified because we can see, if I enlarge it even more, we had the buy signal and a qualifying bar. So we're working with trend. And then we've got a lot of indecision here because we've got sort of a few green histogram bars and a couple of red ones, and then we had this nice little bit of volume here showing support again, moving up, and we actually had quite a nice rise here. I could have taken a profit up here, but decided to go for the big play at the top of the range. Plenty of sentiment which was strong here as well, and another buy signal. And it wasn't until we got to this area that we started seeing some downward momentum pressure here, and we did have a sell signal here. So I mean, we could have got out of it, I suppose, and still had a profit, but I'm not in a mad rush. I'm just going to hold this until the trend hopefully will continue back up to the upside, and it's just moving in this range, up, down, up, down. But because the overall trend with Bitcoin is up, I'm confident that this will turn around and we shall hopefully get this target hit. So that's the scenario with that particular trade. Alright, so I hope that's been of some help, and I'll see you all on Tuesday.